everyone, and welcome to our first assembly of 2021. Now, I really was not expecting to do this assembly with all of you sat at home again. Can't believe it, but I'm afraid that nasty virus is not letting us get on with our normal lives yet, so we've got to stay at home as much as we can and keep as safe as we can. So I hope you're all remembering lots of hand washing and keeping yourselves safe. I hope you're enjoying your home learning. That's something new, isn't it? All those Zoom lessons that are going on. I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you're managing okay, parents, with all the new learning that you've got to do as well as the children. Now, I also hope that you all had a lovely Christmas and that you had a visitor on Christmas Eve. Oh, I wonder who it could be. Somebody with a long white beard and a red suit, a big fat tummy. Did Santa come to your house? I bet he did, because I know that all the children at Torndale were on their very best behaviour before Christmas and have been very good this year with all the tricky times that you've had to deal with. So I'm sure that Santa came to all your houses and you've all had a lovely Christmas. So now we're in a new year, and it can be quite a worrying new year because of all that's happening. And we might feel a bit anxious. We might have those butterflies inside because we don't know what's going to happen next for grown-ups and children too. And if you start to feel that way, if you can feel those butterflies building in your tummy, one good way to help you calm down is to think about your breathing. So we're going to have a think about that today before we properly start our assembly. So what I want you to do, hold out your hand, and I want you to get an imaginary feather. It can be any colour that you want it to be. It can be from any bird that you want it to be. But it's a small, fluffy feather. Place it gently on your hand. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to see if we can take a really deep breath and blow that feather away. Are we ready? Big deep breath. Let's try again. Another feather. Put it on your hand. Big deep breath. Watch that feather float away. And as you do that, as many times as you need to, you'll find yourself feeling calmer, feeling more relaxed, and your worries will float away with that feather. You keep trying that one. Now, since we have come back to school, the teachers, have come back to school, I have had a lot to be proud of already. I've been so proud of the teachers. They found out one night that the schools are going to be closed. The next day, they all rushed into school and they were going all over the place, getting everything ready, sorting it out so that they could give you the best teaching when you're at home to help your learning. They put the work packs all together. They planned out what they were going to do for the Zoom lessons. They thought, how can we help? How can we make sure everything's okay for the children and their grown-ups? And they did all that in one day. And now, what they're doing every day, they're making sure you can do your Zoom lessons, making sure you have fun, making sure you can do your learning every day. So I'm very proud of them. But I'm also very proud of your grown-ups because, wow, suddenly they're not just mummies and daddies, they're also having to help and be teachers too. And as well as doing their own jobs and the things they need to do at home, they've also got to help teach you children. So I'm very proud of what they've had to do in a very, very short time as well. But of course, I am especially proud of all of you because you went to bed one night thinking the next day I'm going to get up and go back to school. And then you had some news that I think for some of you was some sad news that you couldn't go back to school after your Christmas holidays. You got to stay at home again. But what I'm so proud of is you have all been just so brave and you've just thought, right, I'm going to get on with it. I'm going to do my learning in a different way. I'm still going to have fun. We're going to get on with it. So I am so proud of all of you for what you are doing. Some children are in school if their mummies and daddies have to go to work, but most children are at home doing their learning. So all these different ways and all these different things that people have had to do in our Torndale community, I am just so proud of everybody. So what I want you to do, I want you to just talk quietly to somebody who's in your house now and tell them what you're proud of. What have you done that makes you feel really good about yourself, that makes you feel really proud inside and really special? Something you might have done this week, something that you might have done a long time ago. Maybe when you could do your dancing classes or your football clubs, anything like that. Maybe something that when you were at school you thought, oh, I'm really proud of that. I've done a really good job. Just whisper to them now. I can't hear you. You might have to whisper a bit louder. Lots of lovely things. Now, we're proud when we achieve things, when we can do things, because sometimes things are not easy. And sometimes we don't get them the first time. Maybe we make mistakes. Maybe when we're learning to play football, we fall over the ball, or we try to kick it and we miss. But we don't give up. We're polyperseverers at Torndale. If we've got something we want to do, we try and we never give up. I'm going to show you some photographs of children learning to do something. And let's just see, you can say it a bit louder to the person in your house now. Tell them what's happening in the photographs. Here's the first one. What's that child learning to do? That's right, they're learning to walk. You've all done that, haven't you? Now, what's this child learning to do? Tell your grown-ups. Tell the person who's watching this video with you. Yeah, you've all done that too. You've all learnt to read. You're all learning to read now. It's a skill that we practice a lot when we're at Torndale, don't we? And what is this boy learning to do? That's right. He's learning to ride a bike. Now, I bet he didn't do it straight away. I bet he didn't just get on the bike and he could do it straight away. He would have to persevere, even if he falls off a couple of times, get back on, try and never give up. Now, what about this little boy? This one's not so obvious. What do you think he's learning to do? Did you guess it? That's right, he's learning to skip. Sometimes we learn to skip with a skipping rope. Sometimes we just learn to skip with our 2 feet. Now, I've got a challenge for you all during this lockdown. Something for you to practice, a goal for you to aim to. I want you all to learn to skip. Now, you can learn to skip with a skipping rope if you've got one at home, or you can learn to skip with your own 2 feet. And when you go out for your daily exercise, or even in your gardens, or don't skip up the stairs because you might fall and I don't want anybody getting hurt. And if you've got a skipping rope, that's better outside when a grown-up's watching you with it. But the challenge is, can you learn to skip in the next 6 weeks before hopefully we get to come back to school? And when you come back to school, I'll be asking everybody and I'll be coming out at playtimes to see who has learnt to skip. So that's Mrs. Almunch's challenge for you. Don't give up. Be polyperseverers. Let's see who learns to skip in this lockdown time. Okay, so there's your challenge. And I'll be joining in with the skipping too. So I hope you get better than me. Keep that practicing. All right, enjoy your home learning, everyone, and I really hope to see you soon. Okay, take care of everybody, and don't forget, if you're feeling that anxious, or worried inside, don't forget that breathing with your feather. Okay, bye.